Stand at the crossroads and look. Ask for the ancient paths. Ask where the good way is, and walk in it.
This is Crossroads Magazine, telling the good news stories of people in our neighborhoods and communities. Charting courses of virtue and value through the wilderness challenges of day-to-day life. Finding the good way in the everyday crossroads of life and walking that way. Good morning and welcome to Crossroads Magazine. I'm Father John Gatzak. Thanks for joining us. Well, it's time to discover Catholic schools, to take a deeper look at the quality Catholic education within the Archdiocese of Hartford that is second to none. In today's program, you'll learn what Catholic schools are all about, why they're so vital to our communities, and how they're shaping well-rounded future leaders. Now, don't just take it from us. We've got the most reliable source on this, Catholic school students.
Faithful, intellectually challenging, and supportive community.
I would describe it as a close, faith-filled community where everyone wants to be friends with everyone.
It's kind of like a home, a community, and it's like somewhere students feel safe and comfortable to pursue their academics, athletics, and other things.
I think it's a very uplifting community. I don't think you're going to walk around and hear people putting each other down. I think we're all here to make each other the best versions of ourselves.
What is it that these young adults are describing? Well, they're Catholic high school, and they credit the challenging academics as one of the many reasons they love coming to class.
My freshman year at an academic level, I was pretty mid-range, but with my teacher's help, I was able to excel, and as a junior now, I'm in much higher classes, and I attribute that to my teachers because no matter when I asked, they were extremely flexible, always willing to help me no matter what, and I give that to them.
Yeah, I think I've been really prepared for college. I went to Catholic middle school and then I came here, and I think Catholic school has really helped me to not only develop as a human being, but also academically and just be well-rounded entering into a new atmosphere.
I've never grown so much through my schoolwork.
We have so many classes here and so many great teachers, and I've definitely grown into such a different student than I was freshman year because of the teachers.
We're always working towards a bigger goal here at St. Paul through academics. There's more than just the curriculum that they teach. The teachers always go out of their way to add something special to how they teach. Some teachers will incorporate the time period of a book into the class. So during that class, you kind of gotta act like it's the 1800s, the book. A lot of teachers like to do little things like that, where it's just kind of you're more immersed. It's not just you're listening to a lecture.
Now, according to the Center for Catholic Education and Formation, an entity of the Archdiocese of Hartford, college-bound students in Catholic high schools consistently perform better than their peers at the state and national level on all sections of the SAT. In fact, students graduating in 2020 from Catholic high schools of the Archdiocese of Hartford included 7 National Merit Scholars. And if that's not convincing enough, students are given the opportunity to sample academic success firsthand.
There's also the opportunity to shadow here at St. Paul, where you're pretty much in a student's shoes for one day. The administration helps you find a student who has similar interests as you, and you just get to go through a day as a St. Paul student.
You may think you know what a typical day at a Catholic school looks like, but these students will make you think again.
And I think that a lot of people think that Catholic schools isn't fun, but really, at Northwest Catholic, we have a lot of fun.
That includes fun on the field, on the court, and on the track. Whatever the setting, Catholic schools can and do compete.
I'm a part of the lacrosse team, where it's like a family bond that we have. We made a run to the state championship last year, and it was one of the greatest experiences of my life. Being a part of that was just something more I've never felt before.
Even beginners are given the opportunity to excel at sports.
I think that at a public school, there's a lot of kids there, so it might be hard for you to play a sport. Where at Northwest, a lot of our sports are no cut, so everyone gets an opportunity to play.
Yeah, I think we really not only everybody makes a team. There's a place for everybody, freshmen teams, JV, varsity, but there's also a really competitive aspect where we've had multiple state championships. Our lacrosse team just went to the state championship recently, so I've experienced some of the success at East Catholic.
We went in freshman year, the other teammates and I, we went in not knowing a single thing about volleyball, and from the upperclassmen that played on the varsity level, they were always encouraging us, helping us no matter what.
I think our athletics are very competitive, and as a freshman, I had no idea that I was going to be playing soccer, and I thought I'd stop after freshman year, but my coaches and my teammates just were constantly supporting me and pushing me to get better, and I think that really anyone here could be an athlete if you have the work ethic.
So when the final whistle is blown at practice, or the last bell rings at the end of each school day, students head home with so much more than sore muscles and homework.
My mind, I'm challenged academically. My body, I'm challenged in every sport that I do. My coaches are always on my side, pushing me to be the best athlete and person I can be. And spiritually, obviously, having the Catholic curriculum in my life and having the ability to go to church, those are helping me become the person that I would truly like to be.
Well, as a product of Catholic school education myself, I can attest to how rigorous the academic courses were and how enjoyable it was to cheer on many of our successful sports teams in playoff games and matches. But the beauty of Catholic school goes even beyond that. It's the home away from home that's created from a welcoming Catholic environment.
When you walk in through the hallways, everyone just seems to be kind of in a happy mood almost. It's very welcoming, so I say hi to everyone in the hallway, and it's just very communal.
People definitely get along. There's not a lot of fights. There's not a lot of beef between the students. Everyone wants to be everyone's friend, and everyone just wants to get through high school together as a class.
We all come together at different events like pep rallies and games and things like that, where we get to cheer on our teammates and our peers and things like that. So we're really one community because we come together so often.
Coming together, a hallmark of the Catholic high school experience. Camaraderie is encouraged at all grade levels. For example, the Houses program at St. Paul Catholic High School.
St. Paul Catholic has a house system comprised of 6 different houses that are named after different communities Paul wrote his letters to. And within those houses we have groups we call advisories that consist of around 10 to 15 students of all grades. And they meet about once a month or so, and the goal of such is to have students interact with other students they might not interact with in a class or a sport or anything else, and it really builds relationships that you wouldn't have if we didn't have these.
Nurturing school spirit among the students starts with the teachers. They serve as leaders and people who care. In fact, students feel just as comfortable talking to them as they do their peers.
Oh, they're incredible. I think aside from giving me and my peers the education that we need to take to the next level, whatever that may be, I think there's a real sense of connection, that they're not here to just boss us around, tell us what to do, but that we can form something deeper than just a simple authority relationship, that we can really get to know each other and help each other out.
I like the staff a lot. I think they're very supportive. I think that a lot of people think that at Catholic schools it's only priests and nuns. When here at Northwest we have young teachers, old teachers, married teachers, single teachers, and that makes it easier to relate to your teachers. And I think when you can relate to someone, they can support you better and you can learn from them better.
The staff definitely supports you in anything you do. Everyone is always willing to help you, and they'll support you inside the classroom or outside of the classroom. Whatever you need, they're always here for you.
They know the students so well, and the class sizes are a lot smaller, so you get to know the teachers a lot better. And they're not, they are strict, but we get our learning done, but we can also have a good time with them.
The staff here is very good. They just care about your education, but also as you as a person. They don't just prioritize your grades, but they care about you and your well-being.
Many of the students agreed that the feeling of family among staff and students comes directly as a result of being in a Catholic environment where faith, service, and morality are encouraged.
Everybody's just accepted for who they are. I think not everybody here is Catholic, but everybody, every faith, every religion is accepted. I think that there's multiple opportunities every day, like third period prayer, there's Mass before school, we have Masses as a whole school together.
Well, faith is supported. We pray as a class together in the morning and before lunch, and then at the end of the day. We also gather as a community for Mass. And then there's also various service opportunities to live out your faith, so not just saying I believe in something, but actually doing it.
Being at Mass like once a month is like really beneficial for me because it allows me to like kind of connect with God in a way that I couldn't in public school.
No matter if you're Catholic or not, it is always a school that I would recommend to anyone, because being Catholic is not just going to church, it's about your morality and your conscience, and it's about being a good person.
Creating better human beings is what our Catholic high schools ultimately strive to create. This goal could not be achieved without Christ. Christ is the reason for our Catholic schools, and He will always remain at the center of our education and our hearts.
Having God at the center of my life and my academics and my athletics and all of my community work, I think having God as a central part of that really helps me to ground myself and have something to go forward on.
Coming here and going to Catholic school, because I have been in Catholic school since I was 5, has just really strengthened that and has made me want to give back and donate and help out in places. And I feel that if I wasn't at a Catholic school, that I probably wouldn't feel the same necessarily.
I truly believe a Catholic education inspires you to become a better person and to achieve your goals.
One of the big things that I've learned has been that every accomplishment is not totally yourself. I think God has such a big role in what we're able to accomplish, and that ultimately I have to give a lot of thanks to Him for putting myself and I think others would feel the same way, in the positions that we're in.
It's a rarity to have so many young adults talk so positively about their school, curriculum, and fellow peers. Catholic education truly makes a difference. When you send your child or grandchild to a Catholic school, you can feel confident knowing that they will be fully supported, fully educated in mind, body, and spirit. So, as this Discover Catholic Schools Week continues, I encourage you to learn more about these archdiocesan high schools. For important dates, such as placement exams and open houses, visit each of the school's individual websites. Now, for information on St. Paul Catholic High School, go to spchs.com. For Northwest Catholic High School, visit northwestcatholic.org. And for East Catholic High School, visit echs.com. For our Catholic schools to thrive, well, we all need to do our part in helping others discover Catholic schools. And that about wraps up this edition of Crossroads Magazine. I'm Father John Gatzak. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week with another edition of Crossroads Magazine as we bring you the people, personalities, and events making news from around the crossroads of Connecticut.